from 2024 permutations and combination. Let alpha is equal to summation r equal to 0 to 4r square plus 2r plus 1 into NCR, and beta is equal to summation r equal to 0 to n NCR upon r plus 1 plus 1 upon n plus 1. If 140 less than 2 alpha by beta less than 281, then the value of n is question mark. So let us solve this question. Our alpha is summation r equal to 0 to n 4r square plus 2r plus 1 into NCR. After expanding summation r equal to 0 to n 4r square, summation is expanded to the bracket, summation r equal to 0 to n 2r NCR, here also NCR, plus summation r equal to 0 to n 1 into NCR. Okay, 1 into NCR is nothing but NCR only. Now what we will do is take 4 outside of the summation r equal to 0 to n r square NCR plus 2 outside of the summation r equal to 0 to n r NCR plus summation r equal to 0 to n NCR. Okay, now you know this formula for NC0 plus NC1 plus NC2 plus dash 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 NCN equal to 2 power n. This we know. This is the expansion of 1 plus x power n and putting x equal to 1. We get this. We will use this information over here. So let us see, proceed further. So this expression will become your NC0 when r is 0, NC1 when r is 1, NC2 when r is 2, and NCn when r is n. So it will become 2 to the power n. Okay, it is the summation of these terms, NCn. So come to the original point, our NCN. Here this is NCN, here is NCN. Okay, so this is our formula. Now come to the original part. Is equal to 4 summation r equal to 0 and r square. NCR can be written as n upon r into n minus 1 CR minus 1. This is one formula. I will explain you. Let me write the second term also. N. This is r into NCR means n upon r n minus 1 CR minus 1. Both places I have used the same formula. This will give you 2 to the power. And what is that formula? That formula is like this. N plus 1 CR plus 1 can be written as n plus 1 upon r plus 1 into NCR. Okay. This formula also you know, which is commonly used for the combinations. Okay. So in our case, we have NCR. So I have changed NCR to this n by r into n minus 1 CR minus 1. How? When n plus 1 CR plus 1 is there. So this divided by this here, and n plus 1 is 1 become less, that is n, r plus 1 1 less r, NCR. Okay. So I have to convert this. So I have done n by r, then n 1 less, so n minus 1 and r 1 less r minus 1. So that I have done over here. Clear? Similarly this place also. This was the place NC R, using this formula. Okay, now I hope you have understood. Now these two will get cancelled, so you will be left with is equal to 4. N will also come out because N is constant, R equal to 0 to N, and we will be left with only R into N minus 1 C R minus 1 plus 2N, N I have brought out, R equal to 0 to N, and then N minus 1 C R minus 1 plus 2 power N. Now at this point R, I will write R minus 1 plus 1, so that R minus 1, N minus 1 C R minus 1 can be reduced to one more formula like this. Suppose this R plus 1 goes there, and then N plus 1 CR plus 1 is what? N plus 1 NCR, means 1 less than. So here when I will use R minus 1 plus 1, then what you see? R minus 1 N minus 1 CR minus 1 will give you what? N minus 1 into N minus 1 into N minus 2 CR minus 2. Okay, this will, it will be converted when it is multiplied with R minus 1 together. So this we will do. So let us see. 4N into summation R equal to 0 to N R minus 1 plus 1 N minus 1 CR minus 1 plus 2N. Here you can directly, now we can use the summation part. Now what you see is that N minus 1 C 0 minus 1 is minus 1 plus N minus 1 C 1 minus 1 is 0 plus N minus 1 C 1 plus dot 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 plus N minus 1 C N minus 1, isn't it? Plus 2 to the power N was there. Now here also one thing you have to keep in your mind, that this minus 1, this formula is not meant for R to be negative, so this makes no sense. So we will just discard this term. Okay, and we will be left with only this much: N minus 1 C0 plus N minus 1 C1 plus N minus 1 C2 dash 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 plus N minus 1 Cn minus 1, and this will nothing but 2 to the power N minus 1. Okay, using this formula, NC0, NC1, NC2 is 2 to the power N. So N minus 1 C0, N minus 1 C1, N minus 1 C2, N minus 1 Cn will give you 2 to the power N minus 1. So that way. So come back, is equal to 4N summation R equal to 0 to N R minus 1 into N minus 1 C R minus 1 and plus N minus 1 C R minus 1. Okay, this bracket has been opened, this bracket, and then we have multiplied by N minus 1 into C R minus 1 plus this will give you 2 into N into 2 to the power N minus 1, and last term is 2 to the power N. Now come back, 4N summation R equal to 0 to N, and here we will do this, use this formula, that when R plus 1 is here, R plus 1 is here into N plus 1 CR plus 1 gives N plus 1 into NCR. Okay, so this is reduced and this will remain the same, which is here. So here this will remain the same, and this N minus 1 will come here, N minus 1 into N minus 2 CR minus 2, that we will write. So write it. So what you will write? N minus 1 into N minus 2 CR minus 2. Okay, and here what we will write? N minus 1 CR minus 1. Okay, and here if you will 2n 2 to the power n upon 2 plus 2 to the power n. So this 2 will get cancelled because 2 raised to the power n minus 1 can be written as 2 raised to the power n upon 2. So that way is equal to 4n into n minus 1 summation r equal to 0 to n minus 2 cr minus 2 plus 4n summation r equal to 0 to n minus 1 c r minus 1 plus n into 2 to the power n plus 2 to the power n. Now come again 4n n minus 1. Now here summation also same way, n minus 2 c 0 minus 2 is minus 2 plus n minus 2 c minus 1 n minus 2 c 0 n minus 2 c 1 and n minus 2 c n minus 2. Okay, then the second term will be 4n, same way n minus 1 c 0 minus 1 is minus 1 n minus 1 c 1 minus 1 is 0 n minus 1 c 1 plus dash 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 n minus 1 c n minus 1. This is your third term 2 to the power n into plus 2 to the power. So again this makes no sense because r is negative. This is making no sense, r is negative. So our formula begins from here n minus 2 c0 n minus 2 c1 plus n minus 2 c n minus 2. So this will be 2 raised to the power n minus 2. Similarly here this term makes no sense because r is negative. So our formula will start from here n minus 1 c0 plus n minus 1 c1 plus dash dash n minus 1 c n minus 1 2 raised to the power n minus 1. So we will do this. So 4n n minus 1 into 2 raised to the power n minus 2 plus 4n into 2 raised to the power n minus 1 plus 2 to the power n if you take common n plus 1. Here also same way 4n n minus 1 2 to the power n by 2 to the power 2 plus 4n 2 to the power n by 2 plus 2 to the power n plus 1. So this will be cancelled. 2 square is cancelled with this 4 and if we take 2 to the power n common then you will be left with n square minus n and here 2n plus n plus 1. So these two gets cancelled. So we are getting 2 to the power n into n plus 1 whole square. This is your alpha. Now we will find out beta. So beta was given in your question as summation r equal to 0 ncr upon r plus 1 plus 1 upon n plus 1. So write it. Summation r equal to 0 to n ncr upon r plus 1 and plus 1 upon n plus 1. So solve this also. Here also we will use the same formula which was this, that n plus 1 cr plus 1 is equal to n plus 1 upon r plus 1 ncr. So we have this one ncr upon r plus 1. So remaining term will become 1 upon n plus 1 into this one. So this will be replaced by 1 upon n plus 1 into n plus 1 cr plus 1. So that I will do. So here summation r equal to 0 to n and 1 upon n plus 1 into n plus 1 cr plus 1 plus 1 by n plus 1 was there. This is the formula. Okay, so this will give you 1 upon n plus 1 outside, and you will get summation r equal to 0 to n plus 1 c r plus 1 plus 1 by n plus 1. Now if we put 1 upon n plus 1, again expand, so n plus 1 c 1, n plus 1 c 2, dash dash dash, n plus 1 c n plus 1, and one more thing, n plus 1. Now here we are missing one term over here, that is it should start with n plus 1 c 0, and n plus 1 c0 is nothing but we can write it as 1 also. That means if we subtract 2 raised to the power n plus 1 minus 1, then we will get our purpose. Okay, so we will do that. Or other way you can write like this also. Here n plus 1 c0 you write, remaining terms are there. Okay, plus n plus 1 c n plus 1 is there, and minus 1 you do here only, then it will be easier. So this part will become 2 to the power n plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 by n plus 1. So if you open the bracket, you will get 2 to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 minus 1 by n plus 1 plus 1 by n plus 1. These two cancelled, so you are left with this. This is your value of beta. Finally 2 raised to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Now our question, in question we have to find, first of all you write the 2 alpha upon beta. 2 alpha, just now we have got alpha, how much it is, this is your alpha, 2 raised to the power n into n plus 1 whole square. So write it, 2 into 2 raised to the power n and n plus 1 whole square divided by beta. Beta is 2 raised to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So after rearranging we get this 2 into 2 raised to the power n is 2 raised to the power n plus 1 into n plus 1 square divided by 2 raised to the power n plus 1 into n plus 1. It will go up, so these two will get cancelled. You are getting n plus 1 cube. Okay, now in this n plus 1 cube is lying between, according to your question, is lying between 140 and 281. So let us see, 140 and 281. Okay, because 2 alpha by beta was lying between 140 and 281. Okay, this was in your question given. So you know that 5 cube is 125, 6 cube is 216, 7 cube is 343. Yes, so this way our range between 140 to 281. So it is like this, 140 to 281. So this will be your required value for n plus 1. Okay, so therefore n plus 1 power 3 will be 6 power 3. So n plus 1 is 6. So n is your 6 minus 1 is 5. So this is the answer. Okay, thank you.